Hi, this is Steve Rowe, Executive Director. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, and it's my turn to do the weekly update this week. COVID continues to be central in all of our lives. We've now lived with it for over 10 months here at Oak Knoll. And I saw in the news this morning that 4,320 people died of COVID yesterday, which is an all-time high. It is sobering to hear that, to read that, and it also makes me very thankful for the Oak Knoll community and that so far we are not any of the people who have died from COVID, and we've been fortunate enough that we don't even have any positive cases within our resident population. So don't take that lightly. We don't take it for granted, and we're working hard every day to continue to be able to say that throughout this entire process. It feels like there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. We just don't know how long that tunnel is yet. So continue to do what you're doing. Be safe, be careful, be cautious, and we'll continue to do the best we can to keep each other safe and healthy. I want to provide an update on case counts in Johnson County. It's trending in the wrong direction, unfortunately. As of yesterday, the 14-day daily average case count was up to 57. It's been creeping up really since right after Christmas. The 2-week mark after Christmas would have been January 8th, and we went from just under 34 cases per day on Christmas Day as an average to just over 61 cases 2 weeks later. So it certainly increased. It didn't increase exponentially the way that it possibly could have if everybody had ignored it and just gone about their normal routines for this last holiday season. But it certainly has impacted our county, and we continue to have very high case counts throughout Johnson County. So that 57 average new case count per day over the last 2 weeks means that there have been 801 new cases just in the last 2-week period. So please continue to be very, very careful. Limit your exposure as much as possible. Stay here as much as you can rather than being out in the community, because there continues to be a lot of activity out in Johnson County. At Oak Knoll, as I mentioned earlier, we have had 0 residents, and it's like we will continue to work toward keeping that as our goal. We do have 1 employee who tested positive a little over a week ago now, who is out of work until that person is fully able to return to work and is safe. We hope that will be sometime next week. We also have 4 employees out today because of potential exposure to COVID, and they, when there is a potential exposure, they need to self-quarantine, so they are out of work for a little while as well. So that 4 number is actually down from where we've been. We've had, just like with all the case counts in Johnson County, just a lot of potential exposures from some of our employees. And so to be safe and cautious, we need people not to be at work, which absolutely impacts the service that we're able to provide to you. Again, health and safety is our goal, and I think that's a reasonable trade-off, asking people to stay home when they potentially could bring COVID in. Want to provide a quick update on vaccinations and really just refer you to the communication from Kim Bergen-Jackson that was placed in your mailboxes on Monday, January 11th. That memo does a really good job of outlining where we are with the vaccination process. So please take a few minutes to read through that. But in a nutshell, we have accomplished first dose of vaccine for all of our health center residents, all of our assisted living residents, and 120 of our independent living residents as we work from from oldest to youngest. So we feel relatively good about that. The second dose of vaccine for our health center and assisted living residents will happen next Tuesday, actually January 19th. The second dose for the independent living residents who have received the vaccine will occur either on Wednesday, January 27th, for the group of 90-plus-year-old households who received it first, and then on Thursday, February 4th, for the group of 85 to 89-year-old households that received it just last week. So we are making progress. The big question is, if you haven't been in one of the groups who has received the vaccine, when will you get it? And I wish I had an answer for you. What I can tell you is that Kim Bergen-Jackson, our administrator, is on the phone with public health every day trying to obtain vaccine for the rest of our independent living population. And I can also tell you, we have the process set up and roles for different people that they're very comfortable and very proficient at. So once we have the vaccine, within 3 days of us receiving it, we will have it in people's arms. So we can't set up a date for a vaccination clinic until we physically have possession of the vaccine, because we don't know how many doses we will actually receive. But as soon as we have those doses, we will get it to you. And most likely, you will receive a phone call from Laura O'Connor, our wellness director. Laura has done a fantastic job of making the phone calls to schedule people into the vaccination clinics. And then we kind of turn it over to another group of volunteers who are staffing the check-in station, and our nursing staff who is actually getting shots into people's arms. So there's a very kind of a well-oiled machine right now to get this done as soon as we have the vaccine in hand. So that's everything I can tell you about the vaccination process currently. Again, as soon as we have it, we will get in contact with you and let you know that we can get you scheduled into a clinic. The last thing I want to do in my message today is to ask you to spread the word about our apartments. We do have apartments available. There are nice apartments open in the Spring Building, smaller one-bedroom apartments. We have apartments in the Central Building, which are also one-bedroom apartments. We have apartments in the Benton Building. And we have very nice two-bedroom luxurious apartments, spacious apartments at East. I know some people are still nervous about coming in to have a conversation and start the process and do a tour, but please encourage your friends, if anybody is potentially interested, that this is a perfect time. We have good spaces available, and we are safe, or as safe as any place in town right now. So we will screen them at the door, but please spread the word. We've taken care of all of you for 10 months without any positive cases within our resident population. We will continue to be extra careful and cautious, but we do want to see new prospective residents. If you're aware of any of them, please send them my way. Take care and good health.